We're getting started a little bit behind today, but it's always on time. And it's amazing how the universe always gives us those moments to go, you're not in charge, I am. And that's what I'm going to segue our Dharma talk this morning with. There was a little bit of panic when my laptop wouldn't start for class. And it's amazing that we have all of these tools. We practice our yoga. The yoga that we practice doesn't happen on the mat. We practice on the mat so that way when these moments of challenge happen, that we're not getting derailed or pulled out. And immediately when my body started to sweat and I'm like, oh my goodness, is my laptop going to be okay? As much as we don't think we're attached to things, we are, right? And that was the first thing that came up. Wow, I'm attached. I am attached. And as much as I try not to be attached to our material realm, we are attached. And that was the very first thing that came up. Wow, I'm human. What a beautiful gift. We practice being in our spirit, but at the end of the day, we're here for a very short, limited time, no matter our ailments, no matter if something dies, if something, meaning an electronic or whatever it is. Appreciate what we have. That's part of the human experience. And the second thing that immediately kicked in when my reptilian brain wanted to go into panic was the Arohan Awarohan breath. And that Arohan Awarohan figure 8 breath, when we are rajasic or when we're being pulled into something that is creating excess Vata, creating excess anxiety, the Arohan Awarohan breath brings us to a place of stillness, of balance. The other thing that can happen, the juxtaposition when we are being pulled into anxiety or worry, is the, you know what, I surrender, I give up, whatever. Throw the hands up, the Tamas. And that's also not good, right? If we're throwing our hands up too much in surrender, then we're not participating. And the elements of the season give us this play to be able to really discern. Am I thinking that I'm too much in charge? Am I really surrendering? Am I surrendering too much? Am I just waiting for manna to fall from heaven? Am I doing my part? So I've thought that it was a very cosmic instruction today from above to really hone in that Arohan Awarohan breath. So let's come to a comfortable seat, making sure that your props are handy for whatever it is that you need today. Sometimes when I sit on my cushion, I like to make sure that my knees are supporting my hips. Take a moment as you find yourself rooted. Before we do anything, I invite you to close your eyes if they aren't already closed. And now just take a moment to scan your body and see if your rib cage is a little bit more forward or if your pelvis is tilting you to more of a seated posture where you're moving towards the screen or whatever's in front of you. Or if your shoulders are a little rounded and you're sitting in the back of your pelvis. And then draw your awareness now to the base of your spine. Visualize here a ball of light. As you inhale, feel this light move from your base of the spine and the front plane, up your belly, up your chest, through your clavicle, around the back of your crown and top to midbrain. On your exhalation, feel that light descend through the top fontanelle, down C7, around the back passageway, anus perineum. Breathing in, mapping the inhalation, belly, chest, back of the crown, crown, midbrain. Breathing out, feel and see in your mind's eye this light move down the back passageway, almost as if you could stick your hand through your head and see and map the electromagnetic field. Breathing in, belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Breathing out, pineal gland, C7, down the back passageway, anus perineum. If you're feeling a little energetic or anxious, this breath technique will bring you to a place of balance, sattva. If you're feeling a little tired or lazy, heavy, this will energize you just enough Ascending breath is known as Arohan, belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. The descending passage is known as Awarohan. Keep mapping this figure 8-like breath. It's actually the passageway that the breath breathes in the physical body. And notice how you don't have to do anything. And start to observe that your bones have now aligned just from keeping your mind's eye on the passage of the breath. Arohan, belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Awarohan, down the back passageway, feeling the joints become spacious. We'll start to move on the breath here, stretching the arms wide. Face looks up, broaden across chest and collarbone. Arohan. Interlace your fingers round your spinal. Awarohan. Trace the breath. Breathing in, opening up to light, radiance, magnetism, belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Breathing out, feeling that light charge and transform. Back of the crown, down C7, back passageway, anus perineum. Keep mapping and tracing your inhalation and exhalations. You don't have to move to my tempo or wait for me to cue you. But simply feel this passageway. Feel how your bones and your anatomy automatically align. That's the genius of the body. Arohan, ascending breath, feeling that light charging and transforming. Awarohan, feeling the back passageway open up, distribution of that intelligence. The next time you round forward, no rush at all. Take a moment here as you pause. Send the arms straight up, biceps long by the ears. Root your tailbone down, press the palms high to the ceiling. Pause here for a moment. You might shake your head side to side. We're going to take a gentle twist over to the right side. Right hand behind you, left hand to the outer part of that right thigh. And then close the eyes and map the breath here. Belly, chest, back of the crown, crown, midbrain. Down the back passageway, C7, anus perineum. Notice how your rib cage automatically aligns. The body has infinite wisdom, and when we tune in to the breath that's breathing us, prana, we don't have to intellectualize or do anything. Keep your left hand to the outside or on top of your right thigh. Reach your right arm long by the ear and keep anchoring that right hip bone down. Then cross your right arm over to the top of the left knee. Rock back to your sits bones. Draw the shoulder blades away from one another. Trace the kriya here. Belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain, Awarohan, down the back passageway. Feel the back body open up. Tilt your pelvis forward, lift the elbows, lift the arms. Maybe hold on to the shoulders. Shake your head side to side. Maybe the backs of the hands work towards one another. Maybe the palms touch. Not at the extent of losing the breath. And then release the arms. Take a smooth breath. Keep tracing the kriya. Belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain as you float the arms up. Interlace your fingers, press your palms high, feel and trace the back passageway, Awarohan, down the back body, joints becoming spacious. Take the twist over to the left side, backstroke the left hand, right hand to the outer part of the thigh. Grow your spine long. Wrap your ribs around the axis of your spine and pause here. And then again, trace the kriya here. It's subtle. We don't need our eyes open. We don't need our brain to intellectualize. We just need to feel and visualize this energetic passageway that's already happening. Arohan, belly, chest, back crown, crown, midbrain. Awarohan, down the back passageway. Keep your right hand where it is, left arm long by the ear. Anchor into your left hip bone. Stretch the breath here. Notice what's opening up. Left hand's going to cross to the outer part of the right knee. Let the elbows cross, and as you sit back into your sits bones, round your spine, and feel the shoulder blades move away from one another. Each posture, we can bring ourselves into balance, and while this might be emphasizing the tamasic or the back body, can you still trace the kriya and find sattva in this shape? Arohan, belly, chest, back of the crown, crown, midbrain. Awarohan, down the back passageway. Tilt your pelvis forward, lift the elbows, find your shoulder blades, lift the elbows up. Maybe shake the head side to side. Maybe work the backs of the hands or the palms together. And then notice that subtle shift from when you started class to now. The power of these kriyas are passed on through initiation, from guru to student. And when we have these powerful kriyas with the visualization, we can shift our internal world to a state of homeostasis, despite any challenge that is arising. Release your hands down and sweep the arms around and up one more time. Press the palms down the midline of the body and pause at your heart here, lifting the elbows up. Take a moment as you lift the elbows, feeling prayer pose in the seated position. And trace the kriya one more time here as the ribs tend to stick out. And when you find that subtle place of balance, notice how the ribs soften. Invite an intention for your practice today. Brand new month, brand new beginning. How do you want to shift into this season? We'll chant the AUM version of the mantra Om. You can join me or simply receive. Deep breath to inhale. Float the backs of the hands to the top of the knees, index fingers and thumbs to touch. Draw your chin towards your chest. And today we're going to actually start in tadasana, mountain pose. So set your blocks up in front. Move any props that you need off to the side. As you arrive in your body, align your heels behind the widest parts of your feet, palms face forward. Stretch the arms up overhead. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Belly towards your thighs here, generous bend here. You can nod your head yes a few times. You can shake your head side to side. Might even trill your lips. Lengthen the spine. Take a smooth breath here to inhale out of the Uttanasana. Exhale, standing forward fold. Mapping the kriya, we'll take a few sun breaths here. Inhale, belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Float the arms up. Exhale down the back passageway as you fold forward, Uttanasana. Let your inhalation lift your heart, lift your gaze. Belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Exhale as it pours you forward. And just taking this choreographed breath, I won't cue it, but I want you to stay internal. Keep mapping this golden ball that is moving inside of you, figuratively moving. And then notice how, if you were feeling a little energized or too speedy this morning, you might be slowing down. And notice if you were a little too energized, or if your coffee or matcha, your tea kicked in, you might be slowing it down a little bit. Nothing to prove, nowhere to get. And this kriya technique also reminds us of the power of prana. Breath is breathing us. And while we have agency to regulate the breath, we also are the recipients of the involuntary action of breath. We're not thinking about a pranayama technique while we're sleeping, for example, or 90% of the time. Take this one more time, no rush at all. And the next time you fold forward into Uttanasana, just hang out there for a moment. Hopefully your strap is handy. And you'll interlace your fingers if that feels comfortable for you. If you have any shoulder issues like I do, you can always use your strap. Keep working the shoulder blades in. Not the head, yes. You might feel some tension across the biceps, across the shoulders. Can you trace the kriya here, even in this folded position? If the fingers are interlaced, you'll switch the crossing of the hands by moving one finger over. And then release the hands, release your strap. Take a smooth breath to inhale, lengthen your spine here. And we'll slide the left leg back, right foot forward, left heel a little bit to the left of your body. So going into pyramid pose. Stack your shoulders right over your wrists, hands to blocks here. Lengthen the spine, and then notice if the ribs are sticking out or dipping, right? So allowing the kriya to do the work here. Inhale, belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Exhale, fold it forward, deepen over that front leg. Keep pouring the weight into the back heel. Breathing in, visualize belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain, Awarohan, ascending breath. Awarohan down the back passageway, feeling the joints enliven. Keep drawing that right hip back, the left hip forward. We'll keep the left hand on the block, right hand to your sacrum. Grow the spine long here and trace Arohan up the front passageway. Exhale, wrap the shoulder, right shoulder on top of left. Then notice how your physical body moves into a state of balance here. You don't have to do anything. The kriya does the shifting for you. If it feels comfortable, you can keep that right hand on your sacrum, or you can move to extend it. Again, trace that line. Depending on you might be able to keep the figure 8 as well as seeing the saham, tracing that brahmanadi line. So it's almost as if you look like the medical symbol. That looks like 2 serpents with a sword in the middle. Right? That's kind of like what the passageways look like. And then float that right hand down. Take a moment here, pause, hands to blocks. You're gonna flex that front leg, grow the spine long here, bend your back knee. Toes peeling back towards you. Take a smooth breath here, inhale, lengthen forward, bend that back knee, flex your front toes one more time. Do this 2 more times, but move on the breath. Again, it might slow you down. Belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain, Awarohan, down the back passageway as you bend that left knee, flex that right foot. One more time. Again, I'm calling my breath here. Belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain on the inhalation, back, crown, down the back passageway, anus, perineum on the exhalation, front toes flex, back knee bends. Right foot comes down to the earth, left foot steps next to right. Float the arms around and up. Urdhva Hastasana, belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Awarohan, down the back passageway, folding it forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Arohan, belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Exhale, step your right leg way back. Little right off of center. Keep drawing that right hip back. Sorry, your left hip back, your right hip forward. All 10 toes face the same way. Grow the spine long. Beautiful. On the inhalation, and then on your exhalation, pour forward. Really anchoring into that back heel. The beautiful thing about giving the mind one point to focus on is that it creates the intentionality of observation, awareness, and mindfulness. So keep focusing and seeing in your mind's eye this figure 8-like breath. Arohan, belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. And keep noticing how your physical body, your physical anatomy is automatically shifting. If your weight was too much in the front leg, it will bring you back to a place of balance and anchor in the back. If you're too heavy in the back, following the map of the breath will bring you to alignment. Arohan Awarohan is one of the greatest breaths that we can, or breathing techniques, pranayam, that we can take, especially during Vata season, which is the fall. And the winds can kick us up. It can speed us up. Sometimes days are very warm, and sometimes days are very cool. That inner turbulence requires balance and intentionality. Take a smooth breath to inhale. Arohan, grow the spine long and keep your right hand on your block. Left hand is going to go to your sacrum. Lengthen your spine first and then roll that left shoulder on top of the right. And pause here. Can you feel the kriya at work in this shape? We don't have to overemphasize, overdo. Beautiful thing about this practice is that it allows us to accept ourselves where we are. Many times when we are in other breath techniques without direction, the mind will start to overtake us. Release that left hand. Take a smooth breath to inhale. Grow the spine long here. Shift your weight slightly forward. Arohan. And on your exhalation, bend your back knee, flex your front leg. Awarohan. Inhale, you'll shift your weight forward and feel that subtle lift, that lengthening of the spine, belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. On your exhalation, it's going to pull you back like a slingshot. Awarohan as you fold forward. Take this 2 more times, not going to my breath call, but tracing your figure 8.
The energy of the universe is a feeling universe. In the same way, when we say, great job, I really appreciate you, or you mean a lot to me, or simply thank you to a person, is the very same way that when we're feeling grateful and feeling calm, feeling balanced and aligned, when we are in alignment within ourselves, we draw more of what we need from the universe. And the universe wants to fill a space of lack. If there's anything that you're lacking, the universe will rush in to give it to you, but you must feel yourself into alignment. Arohan. The next time on your Awarohan breath, no rush, you're going to step your right leg to meet your left and fold it forward. Awarohan. Sweep the arms round and up. Inhale. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, pour it forward, Awarohan, down the back passageway. This time, let your belly float towards you. We're going to step back. Step back on that left leg. Pause here for a moment and then slide your right block to the outside of your right baby toes. I want you to pause here, spin your back heel. Right hand on the block to the outside. Left arm's going to go long by the ear. This is extended side angle A. And then trace the passageway here. Just taking shape. Feeling the breath inside this shape. Arohan. Belly, chest, back, crown, midbrain. Notice how your physical alignment, how your rib cage is automatically going to adjust. And then pause here. I want you to bring your top hand to your hip. You're going to lengthen your front leg. You can keep this block underneath you, or you can move your hand to the top of your shin bone. And then trace the kriya here. What are some things that you can notice that's maybe a little bit different using this breath technique, using this kriya from how your triangle pose usually is? I feel lighter, right? I don't feel myself sinking as much when I practice this breath technique. You're going to bend this right knee now, and we're going to go into peaceful warrior. Nice big breath here. Inhale. And then trace the kriya here. Might even close the eyes. Arohan. Belly, chest, back, crown, midbrain. Awarohan. Feel how the back ribs pull in and how your alignment, just adjust. Infinite wisdom moving inside of you. Lengthen that front leg. And then take the kriya again here. Breath technique serves a purpose. And when we know the purpose behind the breath technique, then we can observe more acutely rather than just mindlessly moving through a flow. Stack the shoulders over the wrist. We're going to turn the right toes in. Take this block with you. And then place it to the outside of the left toes. We're going to go straight away. Left toes face to the front. Left hand to the outside on the block. Right arm is long by the ear. And keep rolling that right shoulder. Opening up the side body. Trace the kriya here. If you have any structural or anatomical alignment issues like scoliosis, like I do, you will feel the difference from one side to another. But this breath technique and mapping it, Arohan, belly, chest, back, crown, midbrain, Awarohan, down the back passageway, feel the joint spacious. It will automatically adjust. Take your top hand to your hip, lengthen your front leg. Pause here, you might turn the back toes in just a little bit more. You might keep your hand to the outside on a block or bring it to your shin bone. And then trace the kriya here. What's different about this side? What's working within this figure 8 that's mapping around you that you can observe that's slightly different from how you usually take triangle pose. Rebend that left knee. Peaceful warrior. Deep breath here to inhale. Map the kriya here. Belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Awarohan. Feel the ribs pull in without you having to do it. Should feel like if you could stay here without wanting to hop out of the pose. Lengthen your front leg. Notice the difference here. This one's called technically stargazer, just in case anyone's interested. And then you take peaceful warrior with a straight leg. And then stack your shoulders. Take your time. Arohan. Bring your hands to your hips. Lift your heart. Lift your gaze. Fan pose. Tilted forward. And then trace the kriya here. If your hands don't quite reach the earth, you're going to place blocks underneath them instead of widening the feet. If you don't need the blocks, you can place a block underneath your forehead. When we give the mind one point to focus on, like a 2-year-old, we're able to experience Tantra, to be in the practice, not of it, in the world, not of it. And it's a very, very specific feeling. Again, it's a feeling universe, and the more we practice our feelings, the more we get in touch with, oh, I'm observing that I am feeling rajasic, feeling anxious, or feeling fearful, feeling worried, feeling fired up, just like a compass. Then we have a roadmap like Carmen Sandiego to bring ourselves back to where we need to be. Slowly put a little bend in your knees. If your head is supported by the block, you're slowly going to lift and lengthen. Bring the hands to the hips and slowly take a slow stroll up. Left leg is going to meet the right. One step forward. Back to mountain pose. Let's take one chair pose here. 𝗔𝗿𝘁𝘀𝘁𝘀. Can you trace the passage here? Chair pose translates to fierce pose. You might not be feeling so fierce right now, or you might be feeling very fierce, but it's a great way to practice if you're feeling too fired up or not fired up enough. Can you take this breath technique here? And then fold it forward, release it. Awarohan. Take a smooth breath, inhale, lengthen the spine, and let's step back to plank pose. And then let's practice today taking the Arohan Awarohan here. If it feels more comfortable, of course, you can always bring the knees down to the earth, tops of the toes pressed down. Take a moment as you scrub. Notice what you need here. Arohan, belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Awarohan, down the back passageway. Joints become spacious. We'll lower the knees down and draw the elbows straight back. Chaturanga Dandasana, belly all the way down to the earth. And today, instead of going into baby cobra, we'll come into Sphinx pose or TV watching pose. So a few options here. If this doesn't feel very good for you, you can see that my shoulders and elbows are in line. You can take this a little bit wider if you have any sensitivity with the back. You can also open up your legs if that feels a little bit better for you. And then feel the skin from your belly move all the way up. And you can, it's almost like a little cobra hood, right? That you can feel like it wraps around the back of the crown. Can you trace the Arohan here?
Remember, certain poses emphasize the inhalation and certain poses emphasize the exhalation. But when we can practice feeling balanced within even something that is meant to solarize, for instance, a back bend like this, then we have the tools to balance in any predicament, in any shape. And so all this is a practice. Release it down. We'll take a little pillow with our hand, so you'll stack your forehead on top, and then let's bring the heels in and windshield wiper your legs. We're going to open up the body, and again, still taking the Arohan. You'll stretch that left arm completely out in line with your shoulder. And then take your right leg over. Extend that right arm to the opposite side. And I want you to feel how your body is moving in an opposite direction. Can you trace the kriya here? Belly, chest, back, crown, midbrain. See it. Awarohan down the back passageway. Feel your joints spacious. Slowly draw that that right leg back. Take a moment as you roll back onto your shoulder. And again, just being very cautious with the shoulder girdle here. Extend the right arm out, right ear to the ground. Take your left leg behind you. Keep opening it up. Reach your left arm the opposite direction. And trace the kriya here. The body is moving in opposing directions. Arohan, belly, chest, back, crown, midbrain. Awarohan down the back passageway. Feel the joint spacious. Slowly draw that left leg back to center. Left arm underneath you. And take Sphinx pose one more time. We'll take today frog pose. I'll face you for this. You can stay as you are. You'll turn your left arm in. Move these props out of the way. You'll turn your left arm in, and then you'll bring, if it feels good for you, you'll bend your right foot, and you can reach back for the right foot. If that right foot's a little further away, hopefully your strap is looped. You can loop it around the front of your foot, and you can guide it towards you. But this left hand acts as an anchor instead of sinking down. So we press a little bit away, we reach back. We bring the top of the foot towards the outer part of the hip, bending the elbow up towards the ceiling. If this does not feel good for you, or if you have any knee sensitivity, you absolutely can skip this. I'll pause here for a moment. Notice any sensitivity you might be feeling. Can you practice the kriya here? Sometimes in new poses or in challenging poses, we can get rajasic. Can you practice belly, chest, back, crown, midbrain? Awarohan down the back passageway. Feel the joint spacious. Release that right leg. Release the right hand. Right hand's going to turn in 45 degrees, 90 degrees. So right shoulder, right arm. Reach back for that left foot. Use the strap. Loop it around. Healthy rule of thumb, hopefully you always have a strap with a little tiny loop that's ready. Right? You can call it towards you.
Emphasis on this front shoulder here, so not sinking down, but using your hands. My hands are spread. It's called frog pose because the palms are spread down to the earth. And then call the top of that left foot. Left elbow points up. Press that back toe down. And then feel that downward energy of the hand, right hand, moving away, moving down into the earth. Arohan, belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Awarohan, feel the joints become spacious. Release that left leg down. Release the arms. You're going to turn right away onto your back. I have to turn the opposite way. And then hopefully your block or blocks are handy. And we're going to slide a block underneath the low back here, little recovery. You'll place it underneath the flat part. That's where your sacrum is, that flat bony part. So there should not be any arch or dip, or you shouldn't have your butt hanging over, right? Really want to make sure that the low back is supported. And then bring the arms into a soft cactus here. And then from here, we'll slide that right leg in front of us. Helps to lengthen the psoas. And then pause here. Internally rotate that right foot. Can you trace and map the kriya here? Belly, chest, back of the crown, crown, midbrain. Awarohan, down the back passageway. Feel your joints become spacious. Depending on how you're feeling, some of you might be able to extend that left leg as well. And if it doesn't feel comfortable for you, you can bend that right leg in and extend the left leg. Again, really great pose here to practice. Am I overextending my chest? Am I sinking into my hips? Can I practice sattva gunas and remain in a state of balance? Belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. As the psoas, as the front plane of the body is being supported to open up. Everything exists and starts with the mind. In the same way as we come into this world from birth, we learn how to adapt to society. We learn from our parental relationships, or guardianships, how to navigate societal behavior, what is appropriate and what is not. It's the same way that we can train our brains. What is an appropriate thought in this moment? Not to hijack our body, but we can be observant. Like a loving parent, guide the mind back to a place of oneness. The analogy I like to use is like a shepherd. The mind is like sheep. Our thoughts are like sheep. And if we're thinking one thought like a sheep, another is going to follow, and another, and another, and another, blindly. But when we have our tools represent the good shepherd. We're able to steer our flock into a place of single file alignment back to samadhi, where we can at least round up the flock and observe the pandemonium, or what techniques are needed to bring the flock back into alignment. If both legs are extended, slowly start to slide your feet on the ground. One leg at a time, bring the knees in. And you're going to keep your pelvis today on your block. We'll take Viparita Karani and extend the legs up. Passive inversion helps to bring the deoxygenated blood back to the heart. And if you have a challenging time straightening the knees, right, I'll show you here, it's okay to keep a little bit of a bend, right? So never stress about what's happening in the body. And then trace the kriya here. See that figure 8-like breath in your mind's eye. Bring your knees to your chest. Take your time. We'll press the feet down and then slide the block out from underneath. Take a moment here as your spine readjusts and walk your feet as wide as your mat. Just pause here for a moment. Today, we're going to go into this a little differently. Leave your feet where they are and simply draw that left leg where it is. So just roll it in. And then lift that right leg up if you can. A little different. Cross it to the outer part of that left thigh if it serves you. So your hips are basically staying in alignment underneath you. We're working the outer part of the IT band here. Whereas when we bring the knees up or scoot the buttocks over to the left side, it works a little bit more of the back. So now we're getting into the outer part of the hip. And trace the kriya here. Notice how the bottom part of the left ribs like to overextend. So can you bring your physical body into a place by simply mapping the breath? Belly, chest, back, crown, midbrain. Awarohan down the back passageway, feel the joints spacious. And then notice anything that might be happening around the outer part of the hip in front of the psoas. Slide your right foot off. Feet come back to the earth. Move slowly here. Notice that your hips and your buttocks haven't moved. Knees slightly in towards each other, feet as wide as the mat. And then just work that right thigh in. Don't move your foot. Just work it in. Maybe lift this left foot up. Cross the foot to the outer part of the right outer knee. And then lever that right thigh bone in. Map the kriya here. Again, just scanning for any subtle differences. Anything that you might observe on the right side of the body here. Slide your left foot off. Take your time. Keep your feet on the ground. Take your time as you move your knees back to center. And then we'll take one happy baby pose. We'll finish today by taking a full Shavasana on the earth. But bring the knees into your chest and lengthen the spine here. Your variation of happy baby. You can keep your hands around your knees. You can reach for the outer parts of your feet or your thighs if that feels good for you. But the emphasis really is on lengthening the tailbone here. And then today we'll end, if you'd like, if you have an extra blanket or you'd like to cover yourself, I highly recommend that. We'll end today with a supported Baddha. So the back will stay on the earth. You'll slide your blocks, preferably at the second highest level, to support the outer knees. And you'll take your blanket to open up and cover yourself. helps to induce the parasympathetic nervous system, that rest and digest. And then you might feel the kriya. You might observe the kriya. Belly, chest, back, crown, midbrain. Awarohan down the back passageway. Feeling your joints become spacious. But eventually start to let go of the kriya. Let your tongue drop to the bottom half of your mouth. Let your eyes roll back into their sockets. And see if you can start to simply observe the breath breathing you. Relinquish the control and the mapping of the breath. And allow yourself to be breathed just for these next few moments. Slowly start to bring your awareness back and trace the kriya. And the inhalation, belly, chest, back, crown, midbrain. And the exhalation, round the back of the crown, down C7, back passageway, anus perineum. Trace it 2 more times on your own. Use your hands to gently draw your knees in towards each other. Lengthen the legs in front of you. Reach the arms up overhead. Stretch one side longer than the other. In your own way and in your own time, by either rocking and rolling forward and back or rolling over to the right side. Come up to any comfortable seat, letting your head arrive last. Let your tongue soften. Let your eyes roll back. And feel how your body has shifted. So noticing any subtle changes here. Press the palms to the heart and bow your head as a symbol of surrendering. And the heart is the bridge of what is seen and unseen. It's also the bridge of the front and the back planes. So I bow down to the wisdom of the heart. Hari Om, Om Tat Sat. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Please make a fist with the right hand, cover it with your left. Press it below the navel, lean forward and feel that subtle lift of your pelvic floor, rooting you, grounding you. Come straight back up.